Welcome to another episode of the Peak Potential Success Show. My name is Fong. I'm an entrepreneur, business strategist, real estate investor, speaker, and also best-selling author. And every single day, I help others unlock potentials and guide them to succeed. Today on the show, we have an amazing guest. I've had the privilege and the honor to be a guest on her show, and it was absolutely amazing. It was lots of fun, lots of great value, and she has this energy and this motivational presence to her that was absolutely captivating. Hence, I'm sure I'm going to have a great time here. I'm very excited to have her here. She helps a lot of people rise out of mediocrity to greatness. She helps lots of entrepreneurs and businesses either start their business, grow their business, or scale their businesses. She is an expert when it comes to leadership and business and to find that inner flame inside each person and get them to rise and grow and succeed. She's always said that the sky is no longer the limit. It's only a point of view. And that's something I thought was absolutely interesting. And we're going to ask her more about that for sure. She is the author of the book Rise to Greater Heights and the host of Rise to Greater Heights Network. She is an absolutely amazing person. So please welcome speaker, leadership business expert, coach, mentor, award-winning author, sales manager, CEO, diplomacy, and also protocol specialist, Dr. N.Kunene.
Oh wow, Fong, it's such a great honor. Like I feel so humbled. I'm like, what are you talking about here? I'm so humbled. I'm so honored to be in your presence today. And thank you for having me. And I just want to applaud you for putting a platform like this where we can all come and share our stories to kind of motivate, to empower your audience. So thank you for having me.
Hey, it's a pleasure having you, and it's not all the time I have people almost within my backyard because you're right there in Calgary. I'm in Edmonton, and it's always great to connect with people that's close to home as well. And well, yeah, once again, thanks for being here. I'm very excited because I know you have great energy and also a lot of great things to add. So jumping right into it, I'm sure you did not come out of the womb and go, you know what? I'm gonna be this coach. I'm gonna be this motivational person. What's that origin story? How did you become who you are today?
It's a long story, but I believe each and every long story has the short version of it. Fong mentioned, by the way, I am an international human rights policy analyst, a diplomacy protocol specialist. So what I usually do, I consult on policies and procedures that are related to protocol diplomacy as well as human rights compliance. So yes, my story didn't just start from the energy, the vibe, and whatnot. It didn't start like that. You have to invest on yourself. So I am under Les Brown coaching as well as his mentorship, as old as young as he is. Yes, so I am called a highly sought after energetic certified Les Brown speaker because I am a product of a product. So my clients, they call me, I am that resilience to greatness coach because I just want to empower them. I motivate my clients for them to start, scale, grow your business. So that's just who I am. So my vision wasn't to just to exist in this world. My vision is not only to motivate, but also to empower audiences, to empower my clients with a fresh perspective, inspiration they require to to pursue success. I mean, and drive sustainable outcomes in a seriously funny way. So with all the drive that I got within myself, I decided to pour it out on my books. So that's the reason why today you called me an award-winning author. Yes, because I have published 10 books, and then all the 10 books that I've published, all of them, they are number one best-selling international as well as on Amazon. So yeah, I am
Awesome.
a go-getter in that way. Yeah.
That's absolutely amazing. Yeah, and congratulations on the success of all your books. Now, the thing is, in order for you to be this person who goes out there and motivates and empowers and speaks and all that kind of stuff, you have to be able to speak. So was speaking
Mhm.
something that came naturally for you, that was easy for you to step on stages, to speak to thousands and thousands of people, or something that you had to go, you know what? I think I got to work on this.
Not at all. Not at all. I know most leaders, they are born, no, yeah, born leaders, yeah. But with me, I was just the opposite. I was made. I was made to be a speaker. I was made to be a coach. Les Brown, my mentor, Les Brown, my coach, he used to say that if you had to die today, before he became my coach, before he became my mentor, he used to say, if you had to die today at this very moment, at this hour, what dreams, what ideas, what visions, what goals, what skills, and what talents, and what books will die with you? And then the late Dr. Miles Monroe continued saying that the richest place on this planet is the cemetery, because that's where all the goals, all the visions, all the skills, all the talents have been buried. Honestly, this message, it stirred something within me. So that was when I began, I was like, you know what? I am in full control of my choices. I'd rather choose to impact many lives out there. I'd rather choose to follow my passion. So I invested in coaching, and it turned out to be something that is really, really good. So I'm on a mission. I'm on a mission to meet the needs and transform many lives out there, because I always compare myself to the phoenix bird. The phoenix, it never accepted defeat, and it rose from its own ashes. So I just want to challenge everyone to unleash their greatness on your platform and rise to greater heights.
Cool. Do you remember the very first time you stepped on stages and spoke? How did you feel? Was there any nerves at all, or anything that you went, oh, I should have did this better, or I should have done that better?
It's so funny. Like, if you speak from your heart, there is a lot. There is a lot that you forget. With me, if I recall it very well, I started speaking at the age of 11. I grew up in a church. So a church, if they see a potential in you, trust me, you'll be playing that leadership role. So I started teaching Sunday school. I started, encouraging the kids, this is how things are done. So I remember my first presentation, it was on Sunday school. And yeah, I tried to memorize that presentation, but I completely forgot everything. I completely forgot everything. So yeah, it was an embarrassing moment, but also a learning curve, because I believe my passion of speaking, it just developed from there. And then from their own words, really, I can say, even I believe you yourself, you still feel nervous when it's time to get into that stage after they shed your bio. And yes, you'll have to put your foot in there. Every speaker, it's a normal thing. You get nervous. So I believe it's a normal thing that we should conquer our fears. We should conquer our fears. Yeah.
Yeah, I've had that question asked to me, like, do you still feel nervous? I'm like, well, you eventually feel
Yeah.
nervous depending on the situation, right? Whether it's,
Right.
you might feel nervous the first time you speak with 10 people, and then you change that and go, oh, wow, it's 100 people. Oh, wow, 1,000 people. Oh, 10,000 people. And then all of a sudden, well, how
Right.
about this 10,000 people in a genre or that demographic that you're not part of, right? So then it always has that nerves and always those challenges that you could face. Now, you're a person who's worked with so many different people, from business owners to individuals to show hosts and whatnot. They all come from different backgrounds, different types of mindset, but you're still able to pinpoint their limiting beliefs and help them exceed past those limiting beliefs. So what is that secret skill? How do you actually find those things and help them overcome?
Yeah, limiting beliefs is just a killer. I remember myself really being faced with all those challenges in life. I had to ask myself, what's holding me back? Well, what's holding you back from actually taking the baby step in the right direction? What's holding you back to go confident in the direction of your dreams? And then I had to sit down and kind of go through the limiting beliefs. Is it fear? Is it procrastination? Is it distraction? Is it being comfortable, settling for a mediocre life? So I had to kind of assess my goals progress. So coming back to kind of working with different individuals out there, really the only secret that I've only used in life is following my passion, because many people out there, they know what their passion is, but they're kind of they're frustrated by the process of trying to turn their passion into profit. Whether you're running your own company, maybe you want to start your own business, or maybe you're seeking that next promotion, maybe that job. You'll have to ask yourself, really, what difference am I passionate about in making in other people's lives? And you don't have to focus on what am I passionate about? But the passion, it has to be about impacting other people's lives. So if it's not impacting people's lives, trust me, to me, that is not a passion. But the moment you think about whatsoever you're going to be doing in life, as long as it impacts people, then that's your passion. So yeah, to turn your passion into profits, you'll have to fulfill a purpose that others needs or want. Unfortunately, these days, many companies, many people, they don't care much about impacting people's lives, but they all care about spending money on people, on products, on services that doesn't really fulfill anyone's desires. But because they need what they need, they only care about that. But passion, to turn that passion into profit, to follow your passion, really, you'll have to find a way to impact other people's lives. So yeah, it's all about following your passion.
Mm-hmm. Now, there's lots of people out there who goes, you know what? I have the passion. I'm very, very passionate about this one thing, and I really want to pursue it. But they still hit a wall. They still are unable to overcome those challenges, those humps. People around them telling them that they can't do it. How do you help them overcome those challenges, overcome those adversities, from either the mindset of unable to succeed or the mindset of having other people laugh at them or judge them and whatnot? How do you overcome those things?
Right. Yeah, like I've mentioned that at the end of the day, you'll have to take the right baby steps in the right direction. So with me, I've used 10 strategies that actually help me to kind of apart from turning my passion into profit, but just following my passion. I believe that in life we're allowed to dream. We're allowed to dream big, but dreaming big and starting big, it's a no-no. So you'll have to dream big, but start small. I know, like in the early days of maybe launching your own company, you're still like in the learning stages. So you kind of have to, test the waters first and make sure whatever you want to do is scalable. So dream big, but start small. And another thing that can also help you, I know, like naysayers, they're always out there to discourage you. It's allowed sometimes to shut your ears to the outside voices and just focus on that bigger goal that you really want to achieve. I know myself really like turning my doing what I'm doing today, turning my passion into profit. I wrote books. If you're capable of writing books, write about the ideas that you have, write it down, put it down. It's going to turn into a book. Like I remember myself when I wrote my first book, all those ideas today, I'm like, really, am I the one who actually wrote a 200 pages book? Yes, I was that person who had that passion in her heart, but I didn't want to lose all the ideas, so I wrote about it. And invest the way you asked me, like, was I born speaking, my first speaking gig and whatnot? Invest in coaching, good people. Invest in coaching. If you want to be an expert speaker, you want to be a coach, invest on those areas where you want to grow, because investing in your personal development, it will reap the benefits. So if you feel like you've been called to speak, this is another way of turning your passion into profit by becoming a public speaker. Or maybe you feel like, oh, maybe I'm shy, I can't be on stage. You can also create products that you can actually sell behind the screen, online and whatnot. Many courses out there. You can create a course and sell that course because you are sharing your expertise, you are sharing your knowledge. Another thing that also helped me, like to kind of grow, is you grow through community, right? So you build a community around you who will just hold you accountable for your actions. And you know what, Facebook, one thing I've realized, that's a great platform to create communities in there. People, they tend to create groups where they can just be empowering one another, helping one another. Just forget about naysayers. They're not going to take you anywhere. So build that community around you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I remember writing my very first book. And also when I work with my clients on their books, they go, well, what am I going to write about? What am I going to write about? I'm like, you have enough information that you can write about. And just like myself, lots of them will go, oh, wait a minute. I think I have too much for my book. I think I need to just do a second book. I'm like, exactly. Lots of people are just so afraid to start writing. and
Mhm.
because they're afraid that they're not going to make the 125 page or 200 page limit or whatever they have in their
Right.
mindset, right? But that's
Yeah.
something that I find very, very interesting that you just shared there. Now the thing is, you talked about people wanting to become speakers, however they're shy. Yes, they could do products on the side or sell products behind the screen, but there's some select people who goes, you know what, I'm shy. I want to break through that shyness. What would you say is the first few steps for them to take in order to become a speaker, even if they're shy right now?
Being shy, you start somewhere in life. You start somewhere in life, and the more you feel like now I am comfortable, then you can come out as an individual who is like able to speak. So, like for example, if you're maybe camera shy because we do it virtual, maybe you're shy to even face people. It's allowed to attend networking groups before you even get to that stage so that you will see how others are doing. Take those points that you're going to learn from those networking groups. Believe me, networking, it can be a great way to get started.
Mhm.
It can be a great, because what you're gonna meet when you get to when you go networking, you're gonna meet like-minded individuals. So you're not there yet, but you're on your way there. So get started with that one. If you're camera shy, if you're shy at the stage, you know what? You can also create a course. You can just write 30 pages course, you sell it online about what you're going to be talking about. It's going to help you. It's going to boost you because I'm telling you, the moment you start writing, you're not going to stop. I remember with my first book, I told myself, I'm just writing for the sake of becoming an author, but it didn't stop there. Now each and every idea that comes into your mind, you just want to put it down. So journaling, it's going to help you. It's going to boost your confidence just by, you're not able to voice it in stage, but you're able at least to put it in a paper.
Mhm.
In that way, it's a win-win solution for you.
Yeah, totally agreed. You also talked about the importance of coaching and how that's helped you. Is there a story you can share or a case that you can share where you go, wow, this is it's so great that I have a coach because if I didn't, this would have happened? Or something that you've had either a failure or something that you were challenged with, but that your coach helped you out with?
You know what? It's so funny. It's so funny. I believe everyone, like before the pandemic, we were doing, I think, better. But post-pandemic, we've realized our true potentials, really. So with me, like 5 years ago, really, I was completely lost in the hustle. I was devastated. I was exhausted. I had ton of ideas, but there was no a tried and true strategy to run with my ideas. But that moment, I told myself, no, you know what? It's high time I invest in coaching. It's high time I get that person who will just hold me accountable for my actions. And that was when I first created my first premium offer, and then I started seeing change in my business. Now I built an income generating business, doing what I truly love, and making a real impact out there. So coaching is the new currency. You need someone who will hold you accountable for your actions. I don't care if you're a speaker, if you're an author, if you are a coach yourself, you still need coaching. If you're an entrepreneur, maybe a motivated professional, really, you still need coaching. You still need coaching because your business cannot grow without coaching. Your business cannot scale without coaching. Even writers out there, they still need a writing coach who will kind of guide them. This is how you're gonna be writing your book. This is how you're gonna do your outline. You still need a coach in that one. In order for you to become something in life, you need a coach. So go out there, good people, get a coach, because what coaches they need to see in your life is progress and growth. That's all they need. So with me, really, my coaching, on my coaching journey, all I want to see really is just progress and growth. And what I kind of do, I study my client's current situation and then identify limiting beliefs and other maybe potential obstacles that they might be facing. And then I design a plan of inspired action to empower them in their lives. That's all we need. You need that person who will just hold you accountable.
Now,
Yeah.
you just mentioned that you've worked with so many people finding their what do you call it, their challenges. Um, through all the people that you worked with, what are the most common two, three things that you've always been able to identify?
Fear. That's fear, like the common limiting belief that I discovered in individuals is just fear. The fear of the unknown, the fear of what ifs, the fear, like all the fears that, okay, what if I start this and then I fail? Now what? What if yeah, that fear can paralyze you. Fear can hold you back from even starting that business that you had in mind, that okay, this is what I just wanted to do. And another thing that I discovered in this journey, many individuals out there, they procrastinate in achieving their goals. They procrastinate their destinies. So procrastination is a killer too, because they'll be like, oh, you know what, I'll do it tomorrow. You know what, I'll do it the following week. Like I always say, that when that alarm clock goes off, please don't just hit the snooze button, because I know what I'm talking about. Hitting that snooze button, you're just delaying another moment that you could have done this, you could have done that. So yeah, they procrastinate a lot. And um, some of my clients, they face so much distraction. It's hard, maybe if you already have family, or maybe you're raising your young ones, like your 3-year-old. That's a distraction on its own. That's a distraction on its own. Like they are faced with so many distractions in life that they can't just create that time that, you know what, I've set this goal for 3 months, I'll have to achieve this goal. But distractions will come. Shiny object syndrome will disturb them too, because they are just being disturbed by all these trending things about them. One thing comes, you're distracted. Another thing comes, you're distracted. You end up not focusing on this bigger picture, your main goal that you just wanted to achieve in 6 months. And like I've mentioned, with me, I was I was okay. I was just okay on what I was doing by then. I didn't want to try something new. That mediocre life, it was kind of holding me back. And that's exactly what I've seen with my clients too. Like the mediocre life, they're like, you know what? I wake up, I go to work, like the paycheck to paycheck life, it's been really holding them back. The mediocre life that, oh, you know what, as long as we can afford to pay our bills at home from what we're making from this business, I'll be okay. So yeah, those are the limiting beliefs that's been holding my clients back.
Now, as I mentioned at the very beginning, one of your most famous sayings is that the sky is no longer the limit. It's a point of view. I thought that that was pretty insightful. I had lots of different visions as to how that's gonna play out. But first of all, how did you come up with that? And then also your interpretation of that quote.
Yeah, so you see my book, which side is the Rise to Greater Heights? I don't know. This side. Oh, no, this side. Yeah, with my Rise to Greater Heights book, really, what I was trying to do, I was encouraging myself. I went through a lot during the pandemic. So I actually wrote that first book March 18th, when Canada announced the lockdown. The lockdown. So I started writing that book. So I was like, it's high time I rise to greater heights. What's holding me back? What's holding me back from going confident in the direction of my dreams? The way I've mentioned the limiting beliefs, that's how I had to sit down and look at them, and then I had to face them. So after I identify my limiting beliefs, I was like, it's high time I chase after success. So that's me, right? They're still building myself. And then I was like, grow your business, overcome business obstacles. So those are the chapters in my book, really. But I was just talking to myself. And it's so funny how things work, because you are trying to encourage yourself, but the moment someone get that book, it's like an inspiration to them. So rise to greater heights. And like with me, I'm so connected with the clouds. I'm connected with the sky. So I'm like, it's high time. Like if you rise to greater heights, I believe there is no limit out there. If I am like, now I'm going to space, there'll be no limit of whatsoever. It's just the limit is up here in my mind. So that's the reason why I came up with that. You know what? It's high time I tell the world that no, the sky is no longer the limit. We heard about limits, but how come I can fly from here to Africa without limits in the sky? So the sky is just about our point of view. So we're up there, we're just viewing our goals, what we want to achieve in 6 months. So I came up with the sky is no longer the limit, but our point of view through that.
Now, something else that you're known for is making your conversations, your leadership courses, or your speaking engagements fun, in a fun way, getting people engaged. How do you make it fun?
It's so funny how I make it fun. But you know, through each and every presentation that I give, like I've already told you, when that alarm clock goes off, please don't ever hit the snooze button. Someone will laugh. Someone will laugh. And then I'll be like, in order for you to get from the bottom of the stairs to the top, you really don't have to see the whole staircase to get to the top, but you'll have to take the first step to get to the top. Someone is just laughing about that. And I always make fun of the lion and the elephant, the mindset behind it, because the lion already told themselves that, you know what, I'm a king of the jungle, but I'm not as giant as that elephant. I'm not as small as that squirrel by the jungle, but I am the giant. I am the king of the jungle. Why? Because it's the mindset. It's all about the mindset. Once you believe, you become. The lion told himself that I am already the king in the jungle. And then the elephant comes. When that elephant sees the lion, she will run. It's all about the mindset. She already told themselves that, you know what, I am a lunch to that lion. So each and every time when I say lion, I'll have to run. I'll have to run. And coming to flight attendants, when you board a plane, they will always announce, put on your oxygen mask first before you assist the person who is sitting next to you. Because if you don't, you and that other person you are trying to help could possibly go down. So in that way, yes, you're trying to help your audience, but just drop the funny part of who you are. Don't just make it too serious, even if it's business. So that's how I just engage my audience in that way.
That's nice. Yeah, I find some of the most engaging speakers out there. Has a great sense of humor. They're able to tell jokes, great stories, and those are usually when you're laughing as the audience, you actually remember so much more. I can't tell you how many lessons I've remembered because I watched it in a cartoon versus reading it in a textbook, because it was completely different emotions engaged with that. Now, speaking of emotions and laughing, you have great energy. For somebody who goes up on stages, who jumps on podcasts, you have this aura about you that goes, "Hey, come on! I got lots of stuff to share, and I'm excited to share it." How do you have that on a consistent basis? When you wake up, or you're like, oh, "Okay, I'm ready to go," or do you have to ramp it up, or what do you do?
You know, one thing that I go by is the resilience, like the resilience within yourself, that you know what, no matter what comes your way, you're not gonna just lie there and accept defeat and be like, oh, that's the end of my story. So that's the same energy that I really want to bring to my audience, to my clients, really. um at the same time, the energy level that you put out there, like you've mentioned emotions. I'm a firm believer of emotional intelligence anyways, like to put yourself in your audience's shoes, to put yourself in your client's shoes, because you'll be able to relate with them. You'll be able to understand how it feels being in their position. So like whatsoever you're going to be delivering to them is just going to click, because you've already put yourself in there. You are just with them. So what I can say, be be always motivated. Be always motivated, no matter what comes your way. Be that phoenix, that phoenix, it never accepts defeat. That phoenix, it's a sign. If you know the phoenix bird, it rose from its own ashes after being buried like hundreds of years ago. So this immortal creature, it acquires new life by rising from the ashes of its own ancestor, which represents our capacity for vision and success. So if you have that, that mentality that no matter what comes my way, I'm gonna laugh today, and you'll definitely laugh today because you've already told yourself that, you know what, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. So it's all about the mindset. I'm a firm believer of the mindset. Like if you shift your mindset, that positive mindset that you carry everywhere that you go, everything that there is surrounding you, you will just hear positive, positive, positive. But if you appear into this world like as someone who is, I don't think I'm not feeling, I don't think I can do this, that's the same energy that you're attracting to yourself. So try by all means at any given opportunity to attract positive mindset, because it will take you far in life.
What do you do anything special with regard to maintaining that positive mindset?
Yeah, with my positive mindset, you see, I love podcasts. I love watching other inspirational, motivational speakers. Someone who will just, will be like shifting you. This is what you're supposed to be doing. This is what things are. This is how things are done. The GOAT, they call them the GOAT in this industry. So go out there, YouTube free of charge on a daily basis. I am a firm believer of affirmations too. So I affirm my day. The moment I wake up, I'm gonna be like, yes, today this world is mine. Today this is what I'm gonna do. Today this is what I'm gonna achieve. So I've already ordered the day. The moment I just step into the day, I've already ordered everything that I want to see. I shut my ears from the negative vibes around me, but I'm just focusing on the bigger picture. But be encouraged. Go out there. We've got lots. The world has lots for us in a day. Podcast, YouTube videos, networking groups. I am a part of quite a few groups on Facebook, groups that will try to build you up, groups that will make you it will just open your eyes. You'll be like, what? This can be done. So yeah, go out there, good people, search for those groups, maybe motivational speakers on TEDx speakers on Facebook, like those kind of groups that can help you grow. Definitely go for them.
Mm-hmm. No, I was just running some numbers in my head. You said you did your first book during the COVID time, and that was like what, 4 or 5 years ago? 2020, not 3 years ago.
3 years ago,
Oh,
yeah,
3
three
years
years
ago,
ago.
which means you're pumping out what, 3 books a year?
It's so fun. My first book, Rise to Greater Heights, it got promoted by Les Brown. That gave me an exposure. It gave me an exposure to the world. So, when I wrote my second book, Human Rights, based on the whole George Floyd situation, I felt like, it's high time we share with the world that they were born with that universal declaration of human rights that can never, ever be taken away from them. So with that book, it also sold just like that because of the exposure from my mentor, the exposure from my coach. So from my second book now, I compiled the following books. I compiled them on my own. I wrote 3, but I published 10 books that I compiled. So now individuals are like reaching out to me. Can that was when I started like coaching on actually writing a #1 bestseller book, because of my first book that get so much attention. And then I started coaching, and then I started compiling, putting chapters together to make it a book as a compiler. So it's been an amazing 3 years. Amazing 3 years, yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, you're pumping out an average 3.5 books a year,
Yeah,
and you just keep on
actually,
coming out. So that's amazing.
you see, this is the last one. This is the last one I published. I think last week or the week after, the week before.
Yeah.
The moment I published this book, within 4 hours, number one bestseller.
That's awesome.
Within 4 hours, number one bestseller.
No,
because you also have to set up your team to if you are publishing a book, you don't just publish a book for, just for the sake of publishing. You set up your team who will help you promote your book. So in that way, you reach number one bestseller.
Awesome. I was gonna say that you're writing all these books, you're compiling all these books, you're coaching, you're on podcasts, you listen to podcasts, you have a family. How do you manage your time? How do you balance everything?
You'll have to balance the work, life, family, you'll have to balance it yourself. With me, I'm still selfish. I call it selfish because I am selfish with my me time. If it's my me time, really, it's my me time. It's not like my me time / kids around. No, that's my me time. Yeah, so you'll have to kind of balance it. Otherwise, you will be overwhelmed. There is a moment whereby I'm like, you know what? This is my time to focus on this. And the moment I'm focusing on this, I shut everything around me. I completely shutting everything around me. It doesn't matter if it's gonna be a phone call, an email. That email can wait. Can it just wait until I get to the office? That's just who I am. Same thing with family. If it's your me time, it really depends on what you do on your me time. But with me, I prefer to run my hot bubble bath. I love that. That's my me time, no disturbance. And I know when to set that time for myself when I have less distraction around myself. I know we have agendas that we just want to fulfill, but that agenda, trust me, it can wait. It can wait. You set a time to publish your book. It has to go through a process before you actually publish that book. So some other things can wait. You focus on one thing in order for you to avoid being burnt out or being overwhelmed. You'll have to, because at the end of the day, you'll have to maintain a solid mental health. You really have to maintain that one, because this world can be cruel if you just let everything that comes your way in your life. Yeah, so you'll have to set boundaries that I choose to do this at this time.
Cool. Now, knowing that you're able to set boundaries and you're able to manage your energy, your time, what's the next big thing for you? What can everybody be expecting in the next year, 2 years, 3 years?
Oh my goodness, in the next Wow, I know for sure in the next 6 months, this is what I've set. It's the main event after so many years not being in person. I am just excited. I am really, really excited about the upcoming event. And the next one, I'm actually hosting a masterclass in writing your book in within 90 days. So that masterclass is starting in June 17. So I've just kind of prepared this masterclass for individuals who really want to learn the 3 super easy steps to write, publish their number one bestseller books in 90 days. So I will be guiding them on simple systems that drive traffic, sales, as well as revenue through that book. And then I will give them the blueprint for them to use their book to get more speaking engagements. And yes, it comes with a guarantee. It comes with a guarantee. I know many they've promised out there, but they fail to fulfill. So yeah, mine, it comes with a guarantee. And I also have a boot camp. I think those are the goals for the next 6 months to me, not for the next year. So I also have a boot camp to ensure my clients' success in order for them to start, grow, and scale their businesses. So in this boot camp, what I'll be really teaching, I'll be sharing exactly how I elevated my brand and business. And the smart way to skyrocket their income, really, because it's not all the ways that can actually skyrocket your income. So I've got that one in mind in order for them, what I will do, I will just hand them the keys to unlock freedom to live a balanced life. So yeah, those are That's what on my agenda, because my ultimate goal really is for them to feel extremely confident about their purpose. So we're going to take it one step at a time, and they will definitely going to transform. If they give me their why, I will show them their how. So yeah.
Awesome stuff. And while you're doing all that, you're gonna pump on another 5 books, right?
Everything is possible.
um, let's say you're on that world stage. You get a couple minutes here to share one message that you want everybody to remember Dr. Rial for. What would that be?
Oh my goodness. You know what? You are destined for greatness. You are, they are all, we're all destined for greatness, really. And I know many have heard that your setback is your setup for your comeback. So I believe that everyone is destined for greatness. Their resilience, it's going to take them to greatness. So inside of each one of us in this world, there are seeds of excellence. I don't know about others, but with me believing in God, I believe that with God, we're all destined for greatness as long as we follow his strategy. Because this is when the growth commences, because discovering your gift and following God's idea, or following the universe idea, if you call it that way, it will make you understand that you have everything around you to reach to your full potential. Yeah. So we are all destined for greatness. So you know what? The sky is no longer the limit, but the sky is our point of view. So let's all rise to greater heights.
Nicely done. Before I let you go, I got 5 quick rapid fire questions for you. Give me the first thing that comes to mind. You're stranded on a deserted island, one food to eat for the rest of your life. No consequence.
Sorry, I didn't get that.
So you're stranded on a deserted island. You get to eat one food for the rest of your life with no consequence. So there's no health concerns, there's no energy concerns. It's just your guilty pleasure that has no concerns, no consequence. What would that be?
What a question. I'm stranded in that island. I know islands, they have coconuts. I love coconut. I can eat coconut, at least I can drink coconut water. So I think that's the fruit that I can eat.
There you go. You are hosting an event and you get to choose anybody you want to co-host with you. Who would that be?
It's not gonna be a person, but it's gonna be a spirit. It's gonna be a motivated individual, because I don't know, and someone will be like, I think I can help you, but you'll have to kind of push me to do that. So you'll have to be a motivated somebody to work along with me, because trust me, if you are not motivated, it's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen, because I believe in accountability. I believe in education. I believe in growth and success. So that person has to have all these attributes in order for us to work together.
You're on this road trip and you're driving, and for one reason or another, there's only one song that's playing in your radio station or whatever that goes on and on and on and on, repeating over and over again. What's that one song you don't mind listening to?
That song, it's by Mendes. Maybe you don't know it, but it's an amazing song. It's an amazing song. Oh, there is another one.
Unfortunately, it just cut out because you were. I don't know if it's because you were too far away from your mic or something, but nobody heard your singing.
Oh, it says, I'm an overcomer. I'm an overcomer. I'm an overcomer. You're an overcomer. Something like that.
Awesome.
Da, da, dun, 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 dun.
Perfect. I knew, I had an inkling that you would actually go and sing. Usually when I ask that question, I had to kind of pry them on to go, come on, let's hear a few bars. My last question is, let's say you had to compare success to an item. What would that item be? But before, let's find out what your item is. Give me a number from 1 to 5.
Success.
What
Success is this word.
An item from 1 to 5.
An item from 1 to 5?
Yeah.
You need 5 items?
No, give me one item. Give me a number from 1 to 5.
Oh, success as an item.
So my question is, just pick a number from 1 to 5.
Okay. A number from 1 to 5. I will say 4.
Okay, so I have random items on these cards. So you pick number 4, and basically I would like you to say how success is like a potato chip.
Success as a potato chip. But potato chip is really good. It's like it fulfills your desires. So that's success to me. It just it nourishes potato chip. I don't know. It just nourishes, like it fulfills even your hunger. That potato chip really, it's just gonna just do that miracle within you, just with that just one potato chip. Or that's a silly question. Yeah, but it fulfills your desire of whatsoever you just wanted to get.
Nicely done.
That's
Since you were comparing it to water, let's hear the how success like water.
You know what? Trust me, you're not gonna be able to live the whole week without water. Am I lying? No. Water is just life. It's part of who we are. So yeah, success to me is just more like water, something that you need it. You need it's not like it's an optional thing. You need it to survive.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Great, nicely done. So that is how success is like a potato chip and water. If anybody wants to reach out to you, get your books, have some time with you, what's the best way to reach out?
Yes, actually, I offer a free and no obligation consultation call. You can check it out, like it's on my website, like to kind of, see if we can work well together. So book that call. It's on www.risetogreaterheights.com. So when you get to my website, you just scroll all the way down and then you book that consultation call, as well as my books. They are available on my website. My books are also available on Amazon. The first book that you can just search for is Rise to Greater Heights. All the rest, trust me, it's going to show up there. It's going to show up there. Yeah. So I am really, really looking forward to be in touch with you.
Awesome. And any final words from you?
Yeah, like you know what? Just follow your passion, good people. Follow your passion, kings and queens. If it's a passion, it's gonna impact many lives out there. And like I always say that don't put any limits in life because there are no more. If I say the sky is no longer the limit, really, it's no longer the limit. You've got greatness inside of you, like Les Brown always says. So go out there and be the change that we want to see in this world. If you want to be a change, you'll have to, the change that you really want to see in this world, it must first begin with you. It starts with you, and go out there, invest in coaching, invest in mentorship, because you just need that accountability partner who will just hold you accountable for your actions, who will just, the other eyes that can help you to see the direction. You just need those people. So I love you, and let's all rise to greater heights together. Let's lift one another up instead of tearing anyone down or stepping on another person. Thank you. Thank you, Fong.
Awesome stuff. Great words to live by. I hope everybody remembers that. And so for everybody, make sure you connect with Rael. Lots of great stuff on her YouTube, her all her social media stuff. Make sure you connect with her. Book some time with her. I had an amazing time chatting with her today. I'm sure everybody else would have as well. So until next time, she is Rael. My name is Fong. Until next time, today is the day to lock your peak potential. See you later.